248-539-9797. Get into the Pistons in a little bit. Then Uncle Mel Kiper, new mock.
Oh, Fresh Mel.
Fresh Mel. I'll tell you who the Lions pick coming up. But before that.
Okay, I've got the Goldberg story.
We got to hear the Goldberg story.
So when I was playing, there used to be this Make-A-Wish Foundation event up in upstate New York. Mm-hmm. And I got associated with it because, do you remember the old football player? I say old, he's not that old. Tim Green?
Yes.
First round pick by the Atlanta Falcons. Mm-hmm. Really good football player. Yeah. After he was done, became an attorney or finished his law degree.
Doesn't he have ALS?
He does have ALS. It's a very slow form or slow progression form of ALS.
Played at Syracuse, yeah.
Yeah. And so he was teammates at the Atlanta Falcons with Goldberg.
Yeah, people who don't realize Goldberg's not just a wrestler. He played the NFL.
He did for a couple of years. Yeah, bounced around a little bit. Mm-hmm. And anyway, so they longtime friends. And so I knew Tim, got to know him a little bit. He invited me up for this Make-A-Wish Foundation. And the place that we went, it was this
resort?
It was a resort, but it was somebody that owns a whole bunch of malls in the country. And it was a classmate of Tim Green's at Syracuse. He had this plantation, I'll call it, where it was you could hunt different type of wild game, but they also had developed these lakes and ponds. And we would take kids fishing. And so he learned that I like to fish. And so we would all take these kids out on a Saturday morning. Well, we would go on Thursday night and have a few pops, fish all day and hunt all day on Friday. The kids would show up on Saturday morning. And this is when I first met, I call him Bobby Hebert. Bobby Hebert was also a teammate of them. And you can't understand that guy sober, let alone drunk.
Hey, he led the Michigan Panthers to a title.
He did. Anyway, getting back to Goldberg. Goldberg showed up one year with a broken hand. And so there were, 20 boats. We all ran down to get, because we had been fishing the day before. We knew which boats had the best motors and everything. And so we all hopped in these boats and we took off. And Goldberg was up talking to his kid and all this stuff. There was one boat that didn't have a motor. And it only had oars. And so by the time we all left, we left the one boat for the guy with the broken hand. And so he was shouting and screaming from the shore, and his kid was laughing his ass off, right? And he's putting on this big show. He would go out there, and he was trying to row, but couldn't row with obviously only one hand. So he's basically rowing in circles, and we're doing circles around him. Mm-hmm. He's taking his paddle, and he's smacking the water and throwing it at us. So that's my Goldberg story. There's much more to that story that I can't say on air of what happened in those weekends.
Good guy?
It's a great guy. Great dude. We had so much fun, and the kids had a lot of fun, caught a lot of fish. Just not in Goldberg.
Not in Goldberg.
But his kid may have had the best time.
Yes.
So that's it.
I believe he's a Hall of Famer.
Wrestling Hall of Famer?
Yes.
He probably is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
WWE Hall of Fame.
Yes, but he came in number 2. And yes, I should have had Hank Greenberg much higher than I did.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the blind ranking. But I'm okay with Goldberg because he's such a great dude. He might have been number 1 because I don't know, Sandy Koufax.
Right.
But I do know.
Sandy Koufax, some say the greatest left-handed pitcher ever, but his career was shortened, and there's always controversy whether his career was long enough where he should be in the Hall of Fame, but he was really freaking dominant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. First time I met him, along with Bobby Hebert, was we were down this country road, and there's this minivan pulled off to the side, and who was the defensive back by the last name of Case?
Stoney? No, that was a quarterback, Stoney Case.
Yeah.
Scott Case.
Scott Case.
Played for the Atlanta Falcons, right?
Scott Case is relieving himself in the woods, and the door opens on the other side. We're just making sure that they didn't break down or something, and out falls Bobby Hebert and Goldberg just hammered on the ground, and that's how I got a chance to meet both those guys.
Wow.
How's it going? And the joke all weekend was, hey, Goldberg, you need a hand? Which is a lot more funny when you're drunk.
I'm sure that it is. I'm sure Carson Anderson will probably delve into this a little bit more.
The Fresh Mel?
Yes, but yes, Uncle Mel, as I like to call him, and some others do as well, has come up with his newest mock draft. Combine really hasn't started yet. They're all up there.
Thursday, I think.
Yes, indeed. And interesting, is obviously Mendoza's everybody's number one to the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
He has Caleb Downs going 2 to the Jets.
Well, they need somebody to get an interception.
Yeah, that's true. Ahead of David Bailey, ahead of Averill Reese. I'm going in order. The Giants going at 5 with Utah, Cleveland, Carnell Tate, and then Sonny Styles, also of Ohio State, goes to your former team, the Washington Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
And we go down the line. Jeremiah Love goes 9 to Kansas City.
Mm-hmm. That's very popular for them to take a running back in this draft.
Yeah, Reuben Bain, the great edge from Miami, 10 to Cincinnati. My favorite guy who won't be there for the Lions to Miami, he's from Miami. Mamagoa, yes, the offensive tackle. He's at 11. So we go down to the Lions pick. And I'm hoping, offensive tackle or defensive end. And they have a guy that I really haven't done my homework yet on. Defensive end from Missouri, Zion Young. Mel Kiper has him. And here's what Mel Kiper has to say about Zion Young. We've been begging the Lions to add a long-term threat off the edge opposite Aiden Hutchinson for a while now. You think? Al-Quadin Muhammad had a surprise breakout last season with 11 sacks, but he's a free agent. Tyrus Wheat was next best in sacks among pure edge rushers with 1.5. So although the interior offensive line may warrant a look, Penn State's, I'm not going to be able to pronounce his name correctly, but Ioane.
Yeah, close enough.
Okay.
Yep.
Detroit has to address the lack of depth in the edge. Young has strong hands, good quickness, and had 6.5 sacks and 46 pressures last season. You know much about him? Would you like that pick? I love the kid from Penn State.
Yeah.
And and there's other edges that I thought, like Messidor from Miami, I thought he would be higher as well.
A lot of people have concerns of Messidor's age and why it's taken him so long to develop, and they're wondering if he was only good because he was opposite another good edge. And maybe he's more of a system guy. Zion Young, I don't know in depth about him. I have looked at him. He's got good size. I think he's about 6'5", 265, 270. We'll see what he measures at the combine.
Why is he? Well, I'm trying to figure out why Kiper has him ahead of Falk from Auburn, who everybody seems to love too.
Why he does, I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. I think they're kind of in a similar class, and this may be just it may be Mel taking a guy that he thinks is a really good player and would fit culturally with what Dan Campbell and this team is. It kind of seems more like a personality fit more so than it is he's just better than anyone else at that point.
The other name you're seeing a lot in the mock drafts for the Lions is the offensive tackle from Georgia now.
Yes.
Morgan Freeling.
Yes, who's a monster.
Oh, he is?
He's big, dude.
Put him with Ratledge together, the old
get the gang back together.
The Georgia Daily Double. They can join the club of Georgia players who haven't been arrested for driving too fast.
Let's do the background check.
97-1.